Hey, yo, salute to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody else passing through. YouTube, what's good? So I just stopped through to talk my shit real quick for a couple minutes, so just bear with me. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. How important are titles in relationships? To segue into that, we live in a society where titles, labels, compartmentalization of things is very important, and every title and every label, for whatever it is we're dealing with or talking about in our society, whether it be what you do for a living, the how you define the relationship with a person that you're with, whatever it is, we rely on titles and we rely on labels for safety, for identification of things that are important versus things that aren't. So titles and labels overall are very important. Now, when it comes to relationships, it's only right to assume that this is referencing romantic relationships, right? Any type of relationship that's not just platonic in nature. And there's a couple different questions for a couple different answers for a question like this, and it depends on who you ask. And even though I hate to do the gender thing, that also plays a part in it too, because what I feel like is when you talk about titles and relationships, typically, and I know this might invoke some disagreements from the fairer sex, but typically it's usually the women who harp on titles and labels and relationships. It's like they want the title, they want the label. But it's funny because once they end up getting that title or that label, if they happen to be, in a situation with the person who's not respecting or properly representing the construct of what that title or label is supposed to be about, and, it can happen to men too, because women are like that as well, and so are men. If you're with a person who doesn't properly represent that title, then what's the point of the title? And on social media, I was seeing a bunch of people comment, and they were saying, "Oh, well, it's not about the title. It's about actions, and actions speak louder than words." And what's funny is the majority of the comments that I saw referencing that mostly came from females. So here's what's funny: how come, ladies, when you guys say, it's not about the title, it's about the actions. So what about all the countless number of situations that you women are in with men, and the relationship is whatever it is, and the man is saying, well, we don't need a title or a label or whatever the case, it's good where it is, or it is what it is. Then you get the argument on the flip side. Well, I'm doing girlfriend work, or I'm presenting myself as a girlfriend, or I'm living like I'm a wife, or whatever the case, but I don't have the title. So you can't have it both ways. You can't say it's not about the title if the actions aren't there, but then when the actions are there, or if it's fine the way it is, then you seek that title or that label, because you can't escape it. It's just the society that we live in. We've been programmed, whether it's due to the makeup of our DNA or just the way that society is structured and always has been. We've been programmed to look for, to try to acquire, to respect, and to aspire to having titles. And it doesn't matter what you're talking about, in relationships are no different. But let me know what y'all think. Are titles important in relationships? As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. I don't pretend to know everything. I just know what I know. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace and love.